good morning, listeners of South Coast Radio. Again, I hope I find you well on this chilly, wet morning, but the rain has been most welcome, so I trust your garden is looking great. Today we're going to chat a little bit. It's going to quite nicely tie in with what we talked about last week. In other words, your attitude, looking for the positive and looking on the brighter side of things, how that affects our quality of life. Now, today I'm going to give it a little bit of a different spin, in as much as I'm going to say you attract what you are. Now, I have mentioned in previous talks the law of attraction, which we've all heard and read so much about lately. But so, with that in mind, you attract what you are. What does your thoughts and your actions say about you? The results don't lie. So life brings to you what you bring to life. If you bring a positive, sunny attitude to life, then that is what life will bring to you. You can call it attraction, you can call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, but there are certain irrefutable natural laws, and they are kind of like the rules that any game is played by. So I'm going to say to you again, life brings to you what you bring to life. It's an immutable truth that I wish children were taught at school. So life is not some mysterious force. It is not some intelligence that has a vindictive attitude towards you, that's plotting against you, or people who say, oh, I've always got bad luck, or that didn't work out, and that is just my luck. And that is the premise on which they predicate life. That is the foundation from which they live, is that I have bad luck, things don't work out for me. And that is then what life brings to them. Life brings to you what you bring to life. Those are the rules of the game. Just like any game, and whilst it's rugby season, which I thoroughly enjoy, if a player has broken a rule, then he is punished with a yellow card, a red card, or even a longer ban. But there are rules for every game. And in that sense, life is a game. And as I've said before, don't take it too seriously. Find the things to laugh about. Find the things that make you happy. And be aware that every morning when you wake up, it's like a brand new, never used before cake of soap. You get to unwrap that and see, what am I going to bring to this day? Am I going to moan and complain and mope around? And then moan and complain and mope some more, because that is what showed up, is negative stuff. Or am I going to say, this is a brand new day, and you know what? I, and only I, get to choose today how it's going to play out for me. Okay. So if you want your life to improve, if you aspire to better things, greater things, better health, better relationships, better job, better home, better whatever, there can be no better in anything unless you get better. There's also the other, when I do my business mentoring, there's the other thing that I bring to business owners and say, you cannot develop the business, you develop the owner. And so as the owner of your life cannot get better unless you get better. Remember what I shared the quote with you last week, that people want better, but they hang on to the same mindset, and therefore they remain prisoners of their circumstances. So life is not being done to you. It never has, and it never will be. It is what you bring to life. It reminds me of so many instances where I've seen and personally experienced in years gone by, where you start a new job and you love it and everything about it is just great and amazing, the people, the job, the nuances. And over time, you listen to the talk in the office and this one's moaning, and you start buying into this. And all of a sudden, you're finding so much wrong with that job. this is wrong, I don't like that, this is unfair. And before you know it, you're unhappy. And then perhaps one day you get fired or retrenched. And you think, this is so unfair. But if you dial it back and look, how did I attract this? Well, you were moaning and complaining and everything was wrong. And you really went to work in the morning with a heavy heart and a negative attitude. And you slacked off and you couldn't wait to get out of there. And you milked another 10 minutes out of your lunchtime or tea time. And then you lose your job for whatever reason and you think it was so unfair. No, it wasn't. You attract what you are. You attract outcomes to you. Good, bad, or indifferent. You are the creator of your outcomes. And the sooner we accept that responsibility, the sooner we also give ourselves the power and permission to create better. Because if I tell myself that I'm a victim, my life is so terrible because it is the government, it is my family, it is the this and the that and the economy and my mother-in-law and my younger sister and whoever you want to blame, you are giving your power away to change. But if you say, my life is looking like this because that is what I've created and that is what I am. Because again, as I say, results don't lie. I cannot tell you how hard I've worked and I'm so knowledgeable and write an exam and fail. Then clearly I did not know the work. The result did not lie, and life is the same. So you can continue living life oblivious of this. It's a bit like gravity. It's there, whether you like it or not. And so this natural law of life brings to me what I bring to life. And if you look around you at people who, the people we've come across in life where you say, things always working out for them. They're so lucky. Just look at them. They're so happy. They're going here. They're doing this. They've got that. What are they? They're happy. What are they? They're positive. And you can't say, I first want the thing that's going to give me the feeling and then I'll feel happy. That's working back to front. Life is not giving you something to make you happy. You are getting what you bring into life. Do you understand that? So you have to live from the end. You have to live as if everything is perfect and stop living the what if. Yeah, but what if this happens? And yeah, but what if that happens? All those things we put in our minds that just drag us down. We have to live as if everything is perfect, because then we can attract more perfect. But I cannot say, I am unhappy, I am miserable because I want, let's say, a new car. And only when I get that car will I be happy. What I really want is the feeling the car is going to give me. So I cannot do it the other way. I first have to get the feeling, because what I bring to life, life brings to me. Life is a mirror, forever reflecting back to you what you bring to it. I cannot look in the mirror and see a lovely made-up face when I haven't put the makeup on, and life is the same. Your life will not improve unless you improve. And if we don't play by the rules, the laws, these natural laws, we struggle. And sometimes we lose the game. Just like any game, if you don't play by the rules, you battle. If you don't know the rules, you battle. So the first natural law that you need to really lean into and get behind, wrap your mind around, is that life brings to me what I bring to life. Life is reflecting to me what I have brought to it. It says, look, this is what you're bringing to me. Here it is. I'm showing you with the results of your life. So if you want a better life, whatever that looks like for you, you have to bring better to life. There is an intelligence. There's an intelligent universe. You can call it God. You can call it the universe. You can call it Fred. But there's an intelligent universe that's forever observing and forever reflecting back the reality that stands before it like the mirror. So life does not care about your intentions. Life cares about what you bring to it. Life responds to what I am. Life does not respond to my intentions, to my aspirations, to my wishes. I attract what I bring to life, and that speaks directly and deeply to how I feel about life. And if I spend my days contemplating my problems, you know what? Life's going to give me more problems. Life's going to say, oh, you like that? Okay, I can give you some more of those things. And that would be more problems. But if you say, you know what, there's so much positive, I'm so grateful, then life says, let me give you more to be grateful for. And that is how we see the people who, wow, life just gets better and better for them. And for others, life just gets more challenging and more challenging. And of course, the better it gets, the better it gets. But if you are listening to me this morning and you're not in a good space, you have to find it within yourself to say, I am grateful for what I have, and I am going to look for more things to be grateful for. And I'm going to look for the positive in today, whatever it is. Maybe it's just the next breath. Maybe it's just listening to South Coast Radio. And hopefully it is this message that finds you and just ignites that spark. It only takes one spark to start the prairie fire. I can't remember who wrote that. But it only takes one spark for you to say, there's a glimmer. There's that glimmer and I get it and I'm going to get behind that. So that what I bring to life will respond accordingly. So if I only bring misery and moaning, life is going to respond accordingly. Remember, life does not give you what you want. Life gives you what you are. So like it or not, today you are making a choice, and that's going to lead to a decision, and that is going to determine how this day is going to unfold, because life will respond accordingly. It can do no different. Life can respond no differently than to what I am bringing to it. So I am creating my life. I'm not a victim. If something is not working out for me, I have to step back and look at what I am doing, what I am bringing to the situation. And that goes for our relationships. If you continue looking at your partner and saying, oh, he or she's irritating me with this and that and the next thing, you're going to find more things. You're going to become more unhappy with that relationship. And it's going to spiral down. Instead of saying, why did I fall in love with this person? Let me revisit those qualities. Why do I like this person? Why was he or she my best friend? Where did we click? You know what? I'm going to go back to that. And yes, of course, life changes and situations change. And that's why they say, friends for a reason, friends for a season, friends for a lifetime. And sometimes relationships do end. They have fulfilled the reason or the season. But there are those that last a lifetime. But what I want you to focus on today is your attitude. Is it an attitude of appreciation and looking for what's right and good? So life can say, oh, yes, I'm going to give her more of that. Or is it, oh, well, woe is me, woe betide me. Or I think someone said, what fresh hell do I have to suffer today? If that is your attitude, then life is going to give you more of the same. So listeners, life brings you what you bring to life. You are creating every day with a thought, with a feeling, with an action. Because that's how our thoughts create our feelings, and those together create how we act, how we respond. That creates our personal reality. So if you want your personal reality to improve, you have to go back with what you're thinking, what you're feeling. And your personal reality has no choice but to change accordingly. I hope that was useful. Listeners, please send in some requests. Let's hear what you are interested in, what you're concerned about, what you'd like to learn more about. Keep them coming in. Enjoy the rest of this day and make the most of every moment, and start becoming very aware of your thinking, feeling, and your personal reality. And remember, on YouTube, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and let's make this more available to a wider audience. Have a great day.
The radio station you can't live without. This is your radio.
This is South Coast Radio.